everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to make some more page kits. It's been a minute. I don't know what's happening. Like, time is just, I don't know, you think, being not leaving your house and stuff, that you would have way more time. I'm going to get my trimmer. That you would have way more time, but it seems like we have less time, which I don't get. Okay. So I'm going to use this. Ooh, what's over my trimmer? There's something on my trimmer. I don't know what it is. Feels like oil or something. I don't know. Weird. Okay. So we'll get that cleaned up. And then we'll cut this apart. So yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, time is just escaping us. It's crazy. I've been a little busy though. I have a class that's going to be ready. I was hoping the end of May, but I think I'm just going to end up stressing myself out because I go back to work on Sunday for 3 days. So that means I would have to put in like 10-hour days for the next little bit, like a week and a half, 10-hour days. And this old body can't do that anymore. Quite a few years ago, like, I used to be able to do that, but I hit menopause, I'd say about 6 months ago, 6 months to 9 months ago. And it is, it's causing havoc to my body. So I don't have sort of the energy that I used to have. So I think it's going to be probably on June 5th, around that time. I have quite a bit of it done, but again, I don't want to have to put 10-15 hour days because I have other stuff to do too, right? Like, I have to make videos for YouTube and cook supper, all that kind of stuff, and still work part-time and all that good stuff. And I still want to do stuff like go for a walk every day, and that takes about an hour out of our day. So, but I want to make sure that I do that kind of stuff because staying healthy is important. So these are some page kits that I started putting together quite a few weeks ago, and then I kind of stopped, and now it's time to start putting page kits together again. I'm not quite as organized as I normally am, so I'm going to have to move some stuff around here so I can get to my stuff. So I have 2 sets of places where I put embellishments. These are where I put just my general embellishments, that I get from die cut packs. And then I have another container where I keep all my labels and viewfinders. And I have them all printed out. And then I'm going to hopefully get them all cut out. And then I keep them in these containers too. Like in this one, I keep the brown and yellow. So I'm going to grab, I guess I should decide on the viewfinders I want to do first. I don't have a lot of stuff cut out yet. Just have a little bit. So a lot of times I have to go and get my stack of viewfinders and labels and then try to find the color. I'm hoping that very soon. I'm putting some time every day to cutting these out, but I did print a lot of them. So it's taking me, oh, that's nice. I want to put that in there. It's taken me a while to get this done, so it's all good. I'll get it done eventually. Okay, let's look in this one and see if I have some brown ones. So I talked about the class that I'm working on. It's going to be focusing on die cuts and embellishments, so your embellishment clusters. And what I'm going to do is, when I'm working on the part where it's going to be the pattern paper and all that stuff, it's going to be, you know, fast forwarded, so a voiceover. But when I'm going to work on the embellishment clusters, I'm going to go real time and talk about exactly, you know, what I'm thinking about as I'm putting these embellishment clusters together. There we go. I'm just going to cut a couple of these together or out, and I usually cut them in half. So two of them, I have half of one still to use. So I'll probably only put like 3 or 4 page kits together in this video. It seems to be taking me a bit of time lately, so it's all good. I need to do stuff at sort of the pace that I need to do stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use these. I don't know if I want to just go with a lighter brown, because there is some red in this. So I could go with some red labels. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little bit of each, and then when I'm putting my page together, then I can decide. Now, the thing about this too is I'm not going to be out with my page kits. I'm going to be working in my scrap room. So I could change my mind as I'm putting my page kit together, but I might not remember that I was thinking of using a red label. So that's where that comes in handy by putting them together right away. Another thing I tried to do too is I try to put stuff away and back where it belongs right away. I still have a little bit of my room to clean, but I'm hoping to get that done probably tomorrow. Today I don't think I'll have time. By the time I finish this video, it's already 11. I ended up coming upstairs and I was messing with my printer because I was printing. Oh, I have to show you. I was printing the new digital embellishments that we have available on our website right now. So the link is in the description box below. So we have, up to now, we have labels this size, and then we have viewfinders in 3 sizes. We have the 2-inch, the 1.5, and the 1-inch. And then we have the COVID-19 embellishments. And then a lot of people were asking for smaller labels, like full sheets of smaller labels. So I want to show you. We have 2 sets of different ones right now. Okay, so we have this set right here. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 different labels, and then we made them in whatever colors that we had before. So this is apples and oranges. This is black. This is how he does them the very first time. He does them in black, and then kind of goes for my sort of my approval. And then like here, you can tell the process that we did for the new ones that I'll show you in a minute. I knew I wanted some oval ones, so he ended up giving me 3 options. And I decided to go with this one here just because it was a little bit bigger and we'll be able to, you know, if you want to stamp a word in there or something. But I usually print them off because then I'm a very visual person, so I need to see them. Okay, so this is apples and oranges. This is the same file. This is the normal or light and normal. So I have a video on my YouTube channel where I explain the difference between using the same file and then getting a different intensity. And it's under digital embellishments and printing digital files. So you can go check that out. And then he did it in all the colors that we had our viewfinders and other labels. So we have yellows, and then we have red. And again, I printed it in the intense and then in normal. Then we have pink and purple, peach, dark orange, turquoise. I think that's one of my favorite. Bright orange, because I wanted a brighter orange. Green, dark gray, blue, light gray. This is called Seasoned Spices, Radiant Rainbow, Cozy Cafe. And then we had realized that we didn't have these are the regular labels. We didn't have the Radiant Rainbow. So those are now available on there, the Radiant Rainbow, and it needs 2 sheets, Rainbow 1, Rainbow 2, to do all the colors that are in the viewfinders. And then Summer Carnival. This is the small labels 1. And then he did a small labels 2. So there's Cozy Cafe, which I have to say, those are not going to be available. This is the only one that will not be available right now. And I'll tell you why. Because with the class that I'm doing in end of May, June, probably June, this will be one of the files that you'll have for free included in the class. So I'm not going to put that as available because I want to make sure that nobody's able to get it until the class. And then once the class is available, then we'll put it up in the shop. But there's Cozy Cafe, and then you can see the difference in the labels. They're still small. They just have different edges. And then I really like this one with the circle in the middle. I have something planned for that. And then the squares instead of the rectangles. So we have the Cozy Cafe, the apples and oranges, the pastels. I printed it in intense and normal. I printed it a couple of times. And then the Radiant Rainbow, the Summer Carnival, the Seasoned Spices, and they'll come also in all the regular colors, like the solid colors. I ran out of paper to print them all, so I have to go get some more papers. And that reminds me, a lot of people are asking me, what do I print these on? They're printed on Stampin' Up! Whisper white paper cardstock, and it's 80 pounds. I just like that it has kind of a smooth finish. It's not shiny, it's just smooth. Okay, so let's get back to this. I just have a lot of questions, and I find it easier to talk about it on the videos, to tell you where to go find them, and also how to print the different intensities and stuff. I get a lot of questions about that. Okay, so I have my embellishment foundations, and now, and during the class too, I'm going to be talking a lot about the embellishment foundations, and these are some of the terms that I use: embellishment foundation, embellishment finishers, And we're going to talk about, you know, the sizes, the placement, all that good stuff. And again, it's going to, putting the embellishment clusters together, I'm going to do it real time, because then I can tell you exactly what I'm thinking as I'm putting the embellishment cluster together. Okay, now let's look at some of this. This is going to be brown and red. So brown and red. So today is what, Wednesday? Don't know what date we are. I think we're the 13th. I think so. 13th. I go back to work on Sunday. I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then I'll be off for 3 weeks. I'm looking forward to that. So that's why I'm thinking I'll have a little bit more time to get that class done, because I'll have 3 weeks that I can dedicate to that. I like that. But first, coffee. That's me every day. I can't get anything done unless I get the coffee. I got to get the coffee in first. Definitely. If the coffee's not in there, it's not working. There's a little bit of yellow. I mean, there's yellow in some of the pattern papers, but I can cut that off if I don't want that. So I'm going to keep that there. And this is some of the ones that I didn't open up and divide it into color. And that's fine. I open it up once in a while and just take something out. I just think that I had enough that I didn't need to do that. Yeah. So like I said, it might only be a couple pages, but the main thing is, I think today or tomorrow, I'm going to get my son to help me to figure out why I can't go live on YouTube. And my plan, if we can get it working, my plan is to go live on Friday. And so be watching on the community tab on my channel. I'll post a little note on Facebook too, that I'm going to go live on YouTube. You know, I'll put it up on all my Facebook groups that I'm going live on my YouTube channel, whatever time, probably anywhere between, I would say between 10 and 12, probably 11, probably right in the middle. And go live for an hour. On Friday, I went live on my Facebook group last Friday. That was fun. It was different. It booted me out like 50 times. I don't know if it's because the Wi-Fi up here in my craft room is not that great, but since then I got a Wi-Fi extender or power booster or whatever you want to call it, and I put it up in my craft room. So I'm hoping, and we did a test, and the strength was like way up there. So I'm like, okay, yes, now I got to try this puppy out. So what we'll do is we'll take one of these page kits and we'll get a page done while we're chatting, which is so much fun. I love doing that. So we'll do that if I can get it to work on Friday. If I can't get it to work for YouTube, I'll still do it on my Facebook group. So either way, subscribe to the channel so you get notified, and do that little notification bell if you want to get a little notification that, oh, you know, Nicole is live right now. That's how you get to know about that stuff, is by hitting that little bell. And also join my Facebook group because I'll announce it there too. Oh, what is going on there? That is a mess. So that's the few that I did not open. These are all embellishments that I bought earlier this year. What I do is I don't do more than, we'll say, 3 orders. Last year, I think I only did like 2. This year, I think I did like 3. One is when I went to Crop and Create, I bought a whole bunch. And then I bought some from Simon Says Stamp because when I go to Crop and Create, she doesn't carry Pink Fresh Studio. And that's my favorite. That's my all-time favorite. I have to make sure to get those, you know, as often as I can. But I don't want it to sit in my scrap room and, oh yeah, I got all that stuff, but I'm not using it. No, I need to make sure that I use it. I'm going a second time because there doesn't seem to be a lot of stuff. Did I look in my container for red? Let's look in the red container too. Oh, I don't have a lot of stuff in here. Here, let's use that. Let's use that. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff. I'll just get a few more things here. And then what I also need to do is get, I'll look in here too. And this, in my scrap room, what I started was to put everything by color. So now when I'm putting page kits together, you know, I have this tray that I divided all my embellishments that I opened up by color. But if I find that, there's not enough right now, I can go to these and kind of finish off the amount of embellishments that I need. Here, there was a chevron in there in red. I'm going to take the chevron in brown. And then I'll put that ampersand. Maybe I'll grab some wood veneer. What could I use in this? Should I use some cameras maybe? Haven't used cameras in a long time. So let's open this up. Let's get a couple of cameras, maybe like 3. Should I get the same camera for each or different cameras? I'll get 3 different cameras. Doesn't mean that I'm going to use them all, but just gives me options. There we go. Now that's a nice amount. Okay. So now I just need one of those big baggies. I get a lot of questions about these too. These are, I got those at a wholesale place, but they're basically reclosable freezer bags and they're 13 by 15.625. There was 100 in this box, but you use them over and over again. I kept the box because as I use the page kit, I just take the bag and I put it back in that box. Oh, as you can tell, this was already used because it had this in it. There we go. So another page kit done. So today was definitely one of those days that I was like, oh, you know, I feel like being in my craft room, but I don't have the mojo, I guess, to, What is that? Okay. I don't have the mojo to get a whole bunch of, to get a page done. So this way, I'm still in here. I don't know why I chose this to go in there. I might change that. Maybe it was just a separator. That could have been it. Just a sheet to hold a place because I had no full 12 by 12. That's very possible. Okay, so let's get some pink labels. That's the wrong pink. That's better. So I'm going to take one with an edge and the other one just a regular one, just to have a variety. And I don't have any pink viewfinders cut out. Let's see. Let's punch this out. I did way more labels than I did viewfinders, just because I knew the labels were going to take me a long time to do. So I kind of did a whole bunch of those, whole bunch of labels, different colors. And then the viewfinders, well, it's just a matter of punching them out. I have to say, I have a silhouette and I just cannot get the SVG files to work. So me and my silhouette right now are having an argument. We're not getting along. But I have one of those Pixcan mats. And yesterday, I spent a couple of hours figuring it out. And, you have to take a picture and all this stuff. And I did manage. Oh, no. That just went flying. I did manage to get it pretty good. That with the Pixcan, that it cuts it out. Now I have to work with, the depth and all this stuff. You can tell, like, it kind of left some white edges, like little nubbins and stuff. But it cut pretty good. I was really impressed. I mean, some of them, there's a little bit of white, but I can still use this side. I can take some ink and color the edges. But I thought that was pretty cool. I tried one of the labels. It worked, but again, it was a little off, but I hadn't put it in the printer very well. Or not the printer, the silhouette. I'm a newbie with the silhouette, so I'm kind of figuring that out. Once I figure it out, it might be months from now. I just want to warn you because I don't want to dedicate too much time to it. A little bit here and there. But once I figure it out, I'll probably do a video on how I'm using my silhouette to cut this out. But I know that the Cricut, it uses PNGs. So, and those are PNG files, so you can just get them cut out. But what I liked about the Pixcan files is I don't have to worry about the registration marks, because if you have to put registration mark directly on your sheet, let me bring a sheet over. If you have to put registration marks right on your sheet, it's gonna affect how many you can print and cut out. So with the Pixcan mat, you don't have to worry about that because your mat is your registration sheet, if that makes sense, which I am loving. I had a few like, oh, this is not working, but I mean, that's just part of, learning how to use the machine and stuff. Like here, there was quite a bit of white, but it was where I put the mat. So, but like I said, I can still use those. I can still use part of it. So I'm not too worried. I'm still going to use them. But it's a learning curve. But I don't mind cutting them out either. So I just put on an audiobook and I just start cutting or punching stuff out. Or if you don't want to, you can just put them in, okay. You can just put them in a file folder and have them divided. Like I find the way I have them now, like in the big pile, that is kind of stressing me out because I find it hard to find the colors that I need and the shape that I need and all this stuff. So I am going to get some file folders and put viewfinders 2 inches, viewfinders 1.5 inches, and so on and so forth. And then that way, when I'm looking for something, I just pull out that file folder until I have them all punched out. Okay, I'm going to finish this, and I think that'll be it for today. It was sort of going to be a chatty video, and to let you know that I'm going to go live on Friday. It'll depend whether it's on YouTube or if it's on my Facebook group, Nicole Jones 911, depending if I can get YouTube working. I'm hoping that I'll get YouTube working, and I'll do it on YouTube. And it'll more than likely be 11 a.m. Atlantic Daylight Savings Time, because that's where I am. So if you want to figure out, oh, what time is that? Just type in, what is Atlantic Daytime Savings? And then it'll tell you exactly what time it is at that time. Then look at the time that you're at, and then add or subtract how many hours. And say, okay, right now, she's 10 o'clock and I'm at 2. So she's going to go live. If it's at 11, then she's going to go live at 3 p.m. for you. So that's how you can kind of figure that out. I like this. So I'm going to look cute. Yay. Where is... Put it underneath. Okay, let's see if we have some pink here. We'll get all those out. And then we'll go through the stickers. I'm getting kind of hungry too. It must be getting close to noon because my stomach is like, feed me. Okay. Get some little flowers. Okay. Yay. All right. Okay. Cute little couch. Oh, we'll take, that kind of clashes. That's kind of cute, the little plant. Okay, so that's all the pink. So now let's keep going through these. It's a nice little amount there. Through that. We have a few more here, and then we'll add some enamel dots, and that'll complete this one. And I think we're gonna call it good for today. Look at this. Oh yes, I like this one here. I like the little house. Do that, and let's put that in there. Details, I like details. Uh-oh, that's gonna cut this. Oh no, I'm not cutting it apart. Yay. Okay, I thought this was going to come off, but it didn't. Okay, details. I think, unless I go back, I'm not sure if I went through the whole thing or if it was already half and half. So we will take one more look. And then we'll call that one good. Well, actually, we'll put some enamel dots in there. Some pink enamel dots. The other thing I got to do too is find a background, because that is not the background I'm going to use. I'm pretty sure I just used it as a space, because I didn't want it to go into the other page kit. Okay, I think that's pretty much all of that. Let's get, usually putting page kits together takes me between 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes per page kit. But obviously it might take you a little bit less time because I'm chatting at the same time. So chatting takes a little bit of of brain power, so I think it slows me down, but I don't mind. I don't mind. That way I still get some page kits done. We get to chat a little bit in the comments. So I think I'm going to stop it here. And so on Friday, this Friday, the 15th, I will be going live either on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook group. So the Facebook group is in the description box below. It's Nicole Jones 911. And YouTube, well, it's right here. And that's it. I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.